Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another Sword of Convallaria video, and big news dropping on the Sword of Convallaria Twitter last night as they do an Elysium Archive unveiled Coco rolling out right here. Now, I'm going to let the video just kind of play at the bottom of the screen. What they tell us about this character is she's a mix of the Vildirian and Irian heritage. She's also a tank, and we know that because if we look at the, the much often referenced SSR character tier list from the Asian version of the game at launch, you can see she was widely considered a tier 0 character. So somebody up there on power with your Ananas, with your Glorias, with your barrels, and she clears the other tanks on this list by a wide margin. Now, having access to the what do I want to call it, like the pre-access server, and looking at her kit, oh yeah, let me just tell you, she is not going to disappoint. If Coco is somebody that you are thinking about going for, her kit is going to blow you away. Like, it is absolutely massive. Now, the drawback, in my opinion here, is I think a lot of people will be turned off by maybe her like character design, right? Like, she's definitely a younger looking character. It's somebody who's like more cute instead of more waifu. And like, I know for a lot of people, who cares about that? Especially if you're chasing meta, she's going to fulfill your meta needs. She also is definitely kind of a like funny character with her main weapon being a frying pan. But they lean into that. Her kit's crazy. So first of all, she's a tank from the Wielder faction. So here's her Wielder allies, and then here's her Fortitude allies. So those are the two like leadership auras that she's going to fall under. She brings a leadership aura herself, but it is the weaker version of one. Her trait is Breakfast Happiness. So she has block like a lot of tanks have, that 50% chance to face the enemy when you're taking physical damage and decrease that damage by 20%. So that's kind of a core thing for most tanks. Now, at the start of each round, she grants breakfast to the ally with the lowest HP percentage within 2 tiles of herself. Breakfast will heal that ally for 15% of their HP and dispel 1 debuff. After breakfast or bento, which is something she can do like at her very in-game stage, is triggered, the target has a 30% chance to gain happiness. Now, happiness for all skills reduce energy consumption by 1. That's really OP. Like, just by itself, knocking energy costs down for your allies is crazy. And then after use, the cooldown is reduced by 1. I just hope you see right there, like, that is insanely powerful. Like, happiness by itself makes this girl an incredibly useful character to your team. And as you level up her traits, like if she's somebody who you're wanting to like stick into your shard farming, by the time you get her trait to rank 3, she's going to give breakfast to 2 allies with the lowest HP percentage around her, and the 30% chance to increase to gain happiness at 5 stars will actually guarantee happen. So you're talking about at the 5-star level, which I know the 5-star level, that's a long way off, but still in this game, you can realistically eventually get there, and she's a tier 0 character, so probably worth doing. You're talking about giving that breakfast buff to 2 characters guaranteed with the heal, with the dispelling. It's pretty crazy. Okay, her basic attack is just basic attack slash, I guess she like, slashes people with her frying pan. And then her starting skill, her level 1 skill is really good. It's a single target attack, 120% damage, knocks the target back 3 tiles, inflicts physical defense down 40%, and speed down 100 for 2 turns. This has no cooldown on it. Now, there's a 3 energy cost, so that's something you're going to have to juggle, but in theory, she's somebody who could keep a physical debuff active on a boss, on whatever enemy you're fighting. That's good. And the speed debuff comes with it. Now, are some things going to be immune to that? Will it always be useful? I don't know. But she has access to a no cooldown physical defense debuff. It does cost 3 energy, so keep that in mind. Okay, now let's look through her kit here. Let's see what you can get. At rank 1, she has 2 things to choose from. Crushing Bash is a single target attack that can also inflict vulnerable 2, another way of amplifying your team's ability to do damage to an enemy by increasing the damage they take by 20% for 3 turns. This has a 3-turn cooldown on it and no energy cost. So this means she has 2 ways now, just at rank 1, of increasing your damage healer's ability to kill enemies, especially if they're physical damage dealers, with that defense debuff that she has. Alternatively, at rank 1, you can take Mountain Tribes, which when a character is unharmed, she gets movement by increased by 1 tile. If she attacks from Highland or moves from one tile to another with a height difference of 2, increase her damage by 20%. I don't think you're going to go Mountain Tribes. I think you go Crushing Bash to get access to that vulnerable 2 that you can just keep active on a boss or something the whole time. Now, as they like to do in this game, rank 3 is going to offer you 2 choices that are both really good. First of all, Coco's treasure chest. You get to select one of these 4 things and do them. So Springy Bandage is a 25% heal that's an instant that can be used on an ally 5 times a battle. Ancient Potion is a 45% heal of her HP. These skills scale off of her HP, so keep that in mind. And it restores 1 energy, and this can be cast 3 times per battle. Or you could cast Snow Lotus, which dispels all debuffs, gives the ally damage 3, damage reduction 3, and immune to attribute debuffs for 3 turns. This definitely has more like, this is all obviously good for PvE, but like the PvP implications on this one, I think are big. Like really powering up one of your units to go dominate a fight. Really good spell right here, Snow Lotus, and it lasts for 3 turns. It can be used 3 times per battle. And then she has hallucinogenic mushrooms, which 30% of the target's HP and inflicts sleep for 1 turn. Also 2 stacks of infection, can be used 3 times per battle. PvP implications here as well, being able to sleep somebody. This is a skill that's definitely like core to her kit, right? It's called Coco's treasure chest. Obviously, it's going to be big. Or you could take defense ranged attack, which is, you know, when hit by ranged attack, you just take 25% less damage. So this is the, oh, what am I doing? Or, I'm sorry, why did I skip to reactions? You could also just take Potluck Protector at rank 3, which is when blocking, damage taken reduced by 15%. If you're not dying, you will perform assisting cover to all other allies within 2 tiles. So that's what I mean when I say both of the rank 3 skills seem good. You have her Bag of Tricks right here, which seems almost like core to her kit. But if you want her to tank in like a normal tanking sense where she's doing that assisting cover thing, you probably also need to take Potluck Protector. Keep in mind you can only equip 3 things at once. Okay, now let's look at her reaction abilities, which I accidentally skipped to a second ago. Stay Strong. After being hit by a single target attack, heal the character and 1 other ally with the lowest HP percentage within 2 tiles around the character for 12% of her at HP, can be activated 2 times per round. Really good. You're going to take that one over the 25% range damage reduction, unless you're just in a scenario where you're getting one shot by ranged. This is great. And you can see how one thing Coco can do, well, she does so much stuff. She like knocks people back, she debuffs, there's a little bit of damage in there. She's also providing a lot of healing. Like she just does so many things, and that's why she's considered a tier 0 character in the game. Now, this is a weakness of her. Her battle flag is the weaker battle flag. It's only the 10% attack and 20% defense. So if you have the better version of that, you're going to want to run that instead. Or at rank 7, you could take block enhancement, where when receiving ranged physical attacks from the front or side, you will trigger block 100% and take 10% less damage. You're probably going to take block enhancement here, but you might not run it. You know what I mean? Okay, rank 9, you have access to Armor Piercing Strike at rank 9, 100% physical damage attack. It gives physical defense down 1 and magic defense 1 down. There's a case for this. Now, I think you're meant to take no turning around. Let's talk about it. Let me talk about no turning around first before I make the off case. So this is 100% physical damage attack. When performing a back attack, there's a 70% chance you will stun the target for 1 turn. This can only be triggered once per battle. PvP, this. Stunning seems really good, or if you're fighting a lot of hard mobs in some hard to clear stage, walk around bonking them on the head and stunning them, that's great. Armor Piercing Strike though, a 2-turn physical and magic debuff combined with Crushing Bash. This will help all of your characters do more damage. Now, I know what you're thinking. Some people are going to say yes, but she has access to a physical defense 2 down with her try the pan, her rank 1 skill, her level 1 skill. Yes, I know, but you don't have to run a skill if you just replace her auto attack with armor piercing strike. So for like PvE, I feel like this is probably the way to go. Then at rank 11, that thing that makes legendary characters legendary, you can take invulnerable, which will make you like tankier, but I don't think this is the one that you're going to take. I think you take Iron Pot Stew. It's clearly her like big deal here. Coco heals all allies within 3 tiles for 30% of her HP, grants them crit 2 and crit damage 1. So your allies are going to crit more, they're going to crit harder, and as well as Bento at the start of the turn recovers 25% HP and dispels 2 debuffs. So like, oh my god, just hang out next to this girl, do more damage. She's going to enhance your team's damage in a huge way while potentially also like covering attacks for them, providing some crowd control. You can see why Coco right here is considered a tier 0 character. She does so much. I will obviously be pulling for her on my main account when she drops, which I believe, and they have not confirmed this, like I don't actually think the post on Twitter has this info in there. It does not. And yeah, anyway, I think she'll drop on the 12th. The 12th is when Simona's banner runs out. I imagine that's when we'll see Coco. So I hope that's when we'll see Coco anyway. That's it, guys. That's the video. There's Coco's kit. She looks really good. If they do announce that she'll be coming out, we'll do another video, maybe even a should you pull video, something like that. In the meantime, have a great rest of your weekend, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Peace.